This is Lisa Kanza with LK Corporate Advisors with a ninja trick on how to find out how many connections someone really has so you can strategically grow your LinkedIn network. Now, when you're on LinkedIn, you may notice that if someone has over 500 connections, you get the big 500 plus. So if it says 500 plus, how do you really discover how many connections that person really has? Now, in your first degree connections, sometimes you can find out by scrolling down to their connections and seeing how many shared you have and potentially how many more, but you'd really have to count them. Very, very unwieldy and not a good solution. But in your first degrees, depending on their privacy settings, you might figure it out. Anything else though, even if you're strategically looking to see if you should connect with someone, you're not going to be able to tell how many connections they really have because, as you know, LinkedIn likes to hide that. Well, I've discovered the ninja trick to where you can get that number. And where you want to use this strategically is if you're looking to connect with someone. Now, LinkedIn always suggests you connect with someone that you already know, or as I recommend, to expand your network, look for someone that strategically can help you grow your network and that potentially you can help them. But you also want to know how many connections they have. 500 plus is great because if you have over 500, that means exponentially you're going to grow your network. But what if that person has maybe 1,000 or 2,000 or even 3,000 or 4,000 connections? Think about how that could impact your ability to connect with more people because that'll influence your second connections and so on. So it makes it easier for you to grow that network and also find potential referral sources, find potential business partners, and absolutely some new business. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to show you how to find that. We're going to jump on over to LinkedIn. I'm going to show it to you in 3 different ways so that you can see how this works. Now, Liz Ryan is what we call a LinkedIn influencer, and you can tell that right over here. See where it says influencer. Now, if you're an influencer on LinkedIn, what that means is that you post in those long posts, that you get heightened visibility on LinkedIn, and you're in the pulse section over here, and you're under your interests, you're in the pulse. All right, so that makes you an influencer. Now, if you're an influencer, you're getting lots of traffic, and you have lots of connections, as well as followers. And I'm going to explain a little bit more between followers and connections after I show you this demonstration. But that is important to know. But here's the thing. So we're at Liz. And Liz is going to be an influencer. She's going to have a large number here. So here's the trick. You go right over here and you say view recent activity. When we go there, look right up here in the upper right. Liz has almost 500,000 followers. 489,335 followers. Now this is her connections as well as people who follow her. And as an influencer, she can have a lot of followers. I'm going to explain that again shortly. Now I'm going to go over to someone else that I know who does not participate in LinkedIn as an influencer. See, there's no influencer button here. But definitely this person has a lot of connections, and I know that. So we've got the 500 plus, and Ken is a first connection, so I'm just going to give you a short, quick, if I clicked on that, it's going to take me down here. I still get that 500 plus. Here are the shared connections. I can search those connections, but I can't get that number. I can click on it and go see them all, and I can count them. Not very efficient. Here's the way you do it. We're going to go back up to the top, and we're going to go over again to that drop down, view recent activity. When we view the recent activity, right up here, 17,941 followers, or almost 18,000 followers. Now, Ken's not very active on LinkedIn by doing long posts because they would be right here. So see the difference between Liz and Ken right away? But almost 18,000 connected with Ken has huge impact on my network and my ability to expand who I could potentially connect with. Now, how about someone that I don't know, that I maybe is in my second connection here? So Kate is in a second connection. Now, I'm not connected to her. As you can tell here, it says connect. But I strategically want to say, it says Kate has 500 plus, but how many does she really have? Maybe does she have 18,000 like Ken, potentially, or what would it help me? So again, view recent activity. No activity, but right here, 603 followers. Now, very likely, Kate has 603 connections, that not many people are following her. But even interesting here, I can follow Kate right here. And actually, this is something new. This wasn't here the last time I checked this. So now you can follow someone by their recent activity. So I don't have to connect with Kate. I can just follow her. So those are the 3 ways that you're looking at strategically how you're connected to someone, how you might want to connect to someone, and if they have followers or connections. So let's go back over here to my slides and explain the difference. So connections are 2-way relationships of trust between people who know each other, according to LinkedIn, okay? This is their definition. But the thing is, if you're connected to someone, you're also following them, and they're following you by default. Okay, so connected means followers. So those numbers of followers we're seeing are connections. Following allows you to read right on your homepage what members are sharing publicly on LinkedIn, including content they've created in long-form posts. So you can follow someone without being connected to them. That's what the change is. You can follow without being connected. Big change. So there are 3 places, and now there's actually 4 because I just showed you that was not there the last time I looked. If you go to someone's recent activity, that follow button will show up. But if you're a member of a group, you can actually follow someone that's in your group. So again, strategically, you're going to see right here, Kevin, I can follow him within this group that I belong to. Of course, if you're an influencer in Pulse, it's going to say influencer right here. And this is from a long post. I just click on the follow button. Or I can go to a long post of someone who's not an influencer, see, no influencer here, and still follow them because this person is actively posting long posts. So strategically, if you wanted to get more followers, you would post more long posts. So the ninja trick, as a recap, visit the profile of the person you want to review to potentially connect to. Click on the arrow and select View Recent Activity. And look in the upper right corner to see the number of followers they have. If they are not actively publishing long posts, this number most likely reflects the number of first connections they really have. But if they write long posts, they actually may have followers in this connection. And of course, if they are an influencer, they will. Either way, it gives you an idea of their reach and how connecting with them can really help you expand your network. So I hope that this quick ninja trick will help you strategically look to how you add connections on LinkedIn.